The last thing you need to know for solving equations is called rewriting equations and formulas. And ultimately, this is how I summed it up. Oh, I don't like that pencil look. Rearrange formulas to solve for a different variable. So that just means you're going to come across an equation, and it's not only going to have x, it's going to have x, y, z, L, W, H, B. It could have a million different variables, and what you're doing is solving the equation for one specific variable in terms of all of the others. So for instance, take a look at example 1. This is the volume formula of a rectangular prism. So this is the volume equals length times width times height. Remember, when you see variables right next to each other, that implies multiplication. So we're going to take this equation with essentially all 4 variables. We don't know what any of them stand for, but that's not important. And we are going to solve for W. So take a look. We have V equals length times width times height. If we want W width alone, we need to eliminate the L and the H. Well, all 3 of these are joined by multiplication, so let's do the inverse. What's the opposite of multiplying by L and H? We're going to divide by L and H. If we divide the right side by L and H, we have to divide the left side by L and H. So again, we don't know what L and H stand for. We don't really care. So don't let that freak you out. The L's will cancel and the H's will cancel, and you're just left with W equals V, volume, divided by length times height. And you are done. This means if you want to find the width of a rectangular prism, you take the volume and you divide it by the length times the height. You've solved this equation for one variable in terms of the other. So now let's do the same for number 2. You are solving for H. Here is H. That's who you want to get alone. This 1/2 is times the base times the height, which is equal to the area. This is area formula for what shape? That's right, triangle. So let's get rid of the B. Let's divide by B, divide by B. Right? So my B's cancel, and I'm left with H, or 1/2 H, equals area divided by B. And just leave it like that. Don't freak yourself out, just leave it. Now, we still have to get rid of the 1/2. So you gotta remember, how do I eliminate a fraction? Multiply it by the reciprocal. If I multiply this side by 2 over 1, the reciprocal, it'll get rid of my 1/2. Multiply this side by 2 over 1. So I'm left with my H, which is what I wanted, equals 2 times A over B is just 2A over B. And I am done. Okay, so the next slide is you're going to have equations that have x and y, and you want to solve for y. This is going to be particularly important to remember, especially when we get to the next chapter, because the next chapter is a lot of solving for y. So we want y alone. So we're going to get everything away that's near the y. So the first thing I want to get rid of is the 5x. How do I get rid of the plus 5x? I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. Okay, so then I'll be left with 2y equals 6 minus 5x. You can't combine them, they're not like terms. Now my y is almost alone. I have 2 times y, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2. If I divide the left side by 2, everything over here gets divided by 2, both things. So we have 6, we have 6 divided by 2, which is 3, minus 5x divided by 2, which since it doesn't go in evenly, we're just going to leave it as 5x minus 2. And that is our final answer. You could also leave it as y equals 6 minus 5x over 2, like that. These are the same. Okay? And then the next one, we're also, again, still solving for this y. So let's get rid of that minus x. The opposite of minus x is plus x. Do it on both sides. 5y equals 10 plus x. Now we just have to get this y by itself. So this is multiplication. We're going to divide by 5. Divide everything on the right by 5. So you're left with y equals 10 plus x over 5, which again, you could leave it like that. Some of you want to take it a step further and simplify y equals 10 divided by 5 is 2 plus x divided by 5. We'll just leave it like that. And we are done.